Good morning. Good morning and welcome. Today's topic is how nature became my medicine cabinet. How nature became my medicine cabinet. But before we get into that, and for those who don't know me, my name is Sharon Fant, and I'm a registered nurse, and I have been working in healthcare and in the medical field for over 38 years. I am also an author, a holistic health counselor, and practitioner, and I am the founder and facilitator of the Holistic Healing Circle, which is a membership group that was founded in 2020. And right now, every morning, Monday through Friday, I am doing a live here, and it starts at 7 o'clock a.m. So it would be nice. I want to invite you to come and be with me live at 7 a.m. But if you can't be with me live, watch the replay. And let me know if you're watching live, and let me know if you're watching the replay, in the comments. Nature is the original healer. Okay? Let that sink in. Nature is the original healer. So before we had pharmacies, before we had insurance plans, before there were prescriptions, we had plants. Okay? We had plants, we had sunlight, we had water, we had movements, we took rest, we had breath, and we had connections. We had all of that before. All of that was the original healer. Nature came before all of that. Okay? So nature is the original healer. However, I've noticed that people just don't take advantage of it. People don't take advantage of nature. And now for me, my shift from the medical matrix, my shift came when I started asking myself, what would my ancestors have done? Okay, so you get these symptoms, and before running to the doctor, I would ask, well, what would my grandmother do? What would our ancestors do? Now, for me, I grew up in a small town in Arkansas, and my great-grandmother, if any of us children, if we had some kind of symptom, we were coughing, we had a headache, we said we had a stomach ache, all those symptoms that children get, if we complained about anything like that, she would go in the backyard or somewhere in our neighborhood, and she'd come back, and she'd have these weed looking things. Okay, some kind of plant, some kind of weed that she had got from a tree or a shrub or somewhere in the neighborhood or even in our backyard. And she would go to the stove, add some things to it, put it in some water, and the next thing you know, we had to drink it. We drink it reluctantly, but we drink it, right? And within a short period of time, we were feeling better, and we were back outside playing. So what would my great-grandmother do, or what would our ancestors do? That is the question that I started asking myself. And then this question led to me on a journey. So I started looking at herbs. I started looking at herbs like lemon balm, nettle, ashwagandha, lavender. There's all types of herbs out here, right? So I started looking at those for healing. Or when I had symptoms, I would start, looking to take some of those herbs. And not only that, I would started using teas. I started making teas. I started making tinctures. Tinctures are made with a plant or a flower with alcohol added. And this tincture, you would take it in drops, and you can use those drops to help with healing. But teas, I use teas a lot. And teas, I do that instead of taking a pill. Okay, instead of taking a tablet or some prescription, teas does wonders for your health. And then another thing that I looked at was essential oils. Now, essential oils are really great for emotions, for your emotional issues that you're having, or you're having relationship problems. Using essential oils in some different little spots. This will help with your anxiety, it'll help with your emotions, and it'll also help with your immune system. So essential oils, they come in all types. They're made out of plants, they're made out of flowers. So essential oils are a very important part of nature, because they come from nature, to help with the healing process. Then I looked at walking, but not just any kind of walking, not the treadmill walking, but walking in nature. So I started walking in nature. There's a really wonderful park near my house. There's lots of trees and lots of flowers, and there's a path. And I started walking in nature. So walking in nature is good for the nervous system. It'll give your nervous system a reset. Walking in nature can help calm your mind. Walking in nature, it's just good to be out in the sun. Then the other thing that I discovered was sunlight and grounding. Now, these are things that can be done in nature. So sunlight, many of us, we don't get outside enough, okay? Because we're in the office, or we're working from home, being indoors all day. And same thing for children. Our children don't get outside like they used to. I remember growing up, again, in Arkansas. And we were made to get outside. Like you got to go outside. I don't know what you think you're going to do, but you're going outside and you're going to play outdoors. So that's what we did. But children today, because of fear of maybe getting kidnapped or things like that, children don't go outside as much as they did when I was growing up. But being outside in the sunlight is so important to your health. The sunlight is good for, heart. It's good for the bones. It's good for like vitamin D. Look it up. Look up sunlight. What are the health benefits of sunlight? And you will find multiple health benefits from being in the sunlight. And also, while you're outside, there is a thing called grounding. And grounding is a medicine that is nature-based. So what that means is, for those who've never heard of grounding, it is where you take off your shoes, right? And who does that nowadays? You take off your shoes and you walk on the earth. And the earth's energy field will help to balance our bodies. It will help with the healing process. It'll help with anxiety. It also has been known to help people lose weight. So grounding is getting in nature, taking off your shoes, walking on the grass, walking on the earth, walking on sand if you're at the beach, even getting in the water if you're in the ocean or the lake, getting in the water and swimming, that is grounding. And there are several movies about grounding. You want to look those up and you want to watch them, because they are very powerful, with a lot of information that help you understand what grounding does for the body. Okay, so sunlight and grounding, these are nature's medicine that will help you in your healing process. Okay, it definitely helps with anxiety for sure. And guess what? All of the things I just talked about, they work. And they can work for anybody. It doesn't matter who you are. So I do recommend that you make nature your medicine cabinet. And nature doesn't force us, it doesn't force us to get out, but we do recommend that you get out. Nature, or Mother Nature, as some people call it, invites us. Sometimes when you're outside, you can just be so calm, and your body can speak. Nature speaks to us. So Mother Nature invites us to heal. And when we return to Mother Nature, and when we return to nature, then nature gives us exactly what we need. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. So I have a question for you. What's one way you already connect with nature? For your healing, what's one way you have already connected with nature? So what do you do to connect with nature? You want to put that in the chat or the comments. Put that in the comment area, so that we can kind of share with each other and inspire each other. Maybe something that you do someone never thought of doing. So put something in the chat. Let us know one thing that you do to help your body heal in nature. And let's stay tuned. Stay tuned, because tomorrow we begin exploring the deeper foundations of holistic healing, natural healing, and we're going to start with your morning routines. Okay? So see you tomorrow.